Sometimes the most memorable scenes are the ones that are completely real. No special effects, no stunt doubles, just pure, unadulterated authenticity. From heart-pumping stunts to emotional breakdowns, these scenes have moved away from the supposed fiction. In these unpredictable moments, where actors are only simply trying their creative parts or simply following the director's right-in-the-moment lines, magic was born. From accidental injuries to unscripted surprises to unrestrained emotions. How did these moments turn out for the movies? Join us as we reveal these shocking 15 movie scenes that were completely real. Number 15, Django Unchained. Leonardo DiCaprio's real injury scene. Leonardo DiCaprio's memorable role in Django Unchained was praiseworthy from the outset, but an on-set incident actually made his performance an iconic piece of Hollywood history. The 2012 Quentin Tarantino epic was a critical and commercial success, accruing over $400 million worldwide, and featured many of the director's greatest tropes, including historical revisionism. DiCaprio played the despotic enslaver Calvin Candie. So in the heart of Quentin Tarantino's visceral and unflinching saga, Django Unchained, a moment of unplanned reality heightened the intensity of an already gripping narrative. The scene unfolds as Leonardo DiCaprio's character, an unforgiving plantation owner, delves into a heated exchange at the dinner table. The tension escalates until DiCaprio, so engrossed in his role, smashes his hand against a glass, laying his palm flat on the tabletop, inadvertently shattering it. The glass cuts his hand, causing real blood to flow. Yet in a testament to his commitment and the immersive power of his performance, DiCaprio did not break character. Instead, he incorporated this unforeseen injury into the scene, pushing the boundaries between actor and character, reality and fiction. This incident did not merely add a layer of authenticity to the scene, it transformed it into a visceral exhibition of raw emotion and physicality. The blood on DiCaprio's hand wasn't just a special effect or a makeup artist's creation. It was real, making the stakes of the scene feel all the more immediate and genuine. This unexpected turn of events did not derail the scene. Rather, it enhanced the tension and gravity of the moment, offering the audience an almost palpable sense of realism that few films can claim. The impact of DiCaprio's real injury reverberated beyond the screen, creating a buzz among audiences and industry professionals alike. It spoke volumes about his dedication to his craft, willingness to push through physical pain, and his ability to improvise under unforeseen circumstances. This moment, a blend of planned narrative and unscripted reality, not only defines Django Unchained as a film, but also stands as a testament to the unpredictable and sometimes dangerous nature of immersive acting. It reminds viewers that behind the veneer of movie magic lies the potential for genuine human experience, as raw and real as it gets. That wasn't the only time Leonardo DiCaprio was involved in a movie going off script, though. Number 14, Killers of the Flower Moon. Molly Burkhart's scream scene, the haunting Killers of the Flower Moon scene, where Lily Gladstone's Molly Burkhart sits at the bottom of a staircase and lets out a devastating scream after learning that her sister was killed in an explosion, is one of the film's most affecting moments. According to cinematographer Rodrigo Prieto, it was unscripted. It was just unbridled emotion outpouring from her guts. Prieto, a longtime collaborator of director Martin Scorsese, believes the last-minute change came together because the filmmaker trusts his actors and they're a part of the process. Based on the nonfiction book by David Graham, Killers of the Flower Moon stars Leonardo DiCaprio as Ernest Burkhart, a war veteran who comes to Oklahoma in the 1920s to work for his wealthy uncle, William King Hale, played by Robert De Niro. Hale encourages Ernest to marry Molly, as her Osage family owns oil rights and could make them rich. Throughout the film, the members of Molly's family are murdered one by one, making it easier for Hale and Ernest to seize the head rights. So, when a bomb destroys her house in the middle of the night, Molly's sister Rita and her family are killed instantly. Ernest sees the house destroyed and tells Molly the news. But the scene wasn't meant to play out that way. Prado spoke at Variety's Artisan Screening Series, where he explained that the shot Martin Scorsese had designed featured a point of view entering the house through the doorway and into the living room, where the family, maid, and kids were waiting for news, which was the shot Prado had prepared. That preparation was completely redesigned after Scorsese got Gladstone's input. The director asked the actor where she would be at that moment when she learned another member of her family had been murdered, to which Gladstone replied, "I'd be in the cellar." On the day of the shoot, Prado had to check that the house constructed by production designer Jack Fisk even had a cellar. Luckily, it did. There's also a moment when Molly calls Ernest a coyote in Osage, and he has a quick response saying she must have called him a handsome devil. That exchange between Lily Gladstone and Leonardo DiCaprio was unscripted. Director and writer Martin Scorsese even kept in Lily's laugh after Leo's line. But what happens when the scenes move from innocent laughter to R-rated scenes? Do the actors simply back down? Let's find out. Number 13. Christine DeBelle and Juliet Graham in Alice in Wonderland. In this provocative R-rated adaptation of the classic fairy tale, Wonderland is reimagined as a surreal landscape for Alice to navigate her burgeoning sexuality. Initially conceived as a hardcore feature, the film's producers boldly cast several established adult film stars, pushing the boundaries of on-screen eroticism. Although the final product was slightly toned down for wider release, the movie still boasts numerous unfiltered love scenes, including a particularly racy encounter between Alice, played by Christine DeBelle, and the Queen of Hearts, who was portrayed by Juliet Graham. In a revealing interview, Graham confirmed that her intimate moment with DeBelle was entirely genuine, leaving no doubt about the authenticity of their on-screen chemistry. Given the film's explicit content and the participation of adult film stars, it's likely that DeBelle's other scenes in the movie were also unsimulated. The film's struggles to find distribution are hardly surprising, considering its daring and unapologetic approach to exploring themes of sexuality and desire. This 1976 adaptation of Alice in Wonderland remains a fascinating and controversial curiosity, offering a unique blend of fantasy, erotica, and psychological insight. By embracing the surreal and the sensual, the film creates a dreamlike atmosphere that continues to captivate audiences and inspire debate. Number 12. Willem Dafoe and Charlotte Gainsbourg's body doubles in Antichrist. It's clear from the very first scene that the affection in this movie isn't the kind you can fake. Let's just say it gets very up close and personal. Instead, the only question remaining is whether that's actually Willem Dafoe's equipment or not. The answer? A resounding no. Both he and his co-star were in happy marriages at the time, so they had body doubles come in for the steamier scenes. Even so, what you see on screen is still very much real, just not with the faces you think. Although, to be fair, the mountain of explicit content isn't even the most jarring part of this surrealist horror film. So as you might have guessed, Antichrist is one of those love it or hate it movies. Roger Ebert calls it the most despairing film he has ever seen. Jeffrey Wells brands it a fart bomb. Movie Line's David Bourgeois says it's the most original and thought-provoking work von Trier has done since Breaking the Waves. Variety's Todd McCarthy, who must have been seated in the same row as Wells, says the movie cuts a big fat art film fart. Our favorite reaction, though, is from the Times' Manola, movie killer Dargis, who Everett says he heard singing "That's Entertainment" as she left the theater. Number 11, The Spy Who Loved Me. James Bond's ski jump scene. In the realm of cinematic stunts, few can claim the sheer audacity and breathtaking beauty of the ski jump in The Spy Who Loved Me, a standout moment in the James Bond franchise. This iconic scene unfolds amidst an adrenaline-pumping ski chase, a signature element of the Bond series known for its blend of elegance and danger. As Agent 007, pursued by relentless enemies, races down the snowy slopes, the audience is treated to a spectacle of speed and agility. The crescendo of this chase is not just a testament to Bond's suave survival skills, but also a moment that would etch itself into film history. The real hero behind this death-defying leap was stuntman Rick Sylvester, who stood at the precipice of a towering mountain, ready to perform a feat that would leave audiences gasping in awe.